Welcome back to Star Wars Timeline. In this video we're highlighting Avar Kriss, another popular character from the recent High Republic books. Before we get to that, my name is Benjamin and I cover Star Wars comics, books, and do reviews from both canon and legends. I explain the difference between the two and also release cool trivia videos. If you enjoy the sort of content and would like to see more, feel free to subscribe and hit that bell button. Now let's talk about Avar Kriss. She's one of the several leading characters first featured in the novel Light of the Jedi, which is the first High Republic book. You could see all of them here, and Avar Kriss is in the center. She's a 30-year-old light-skinned human female Jedi Master raised on Coruscant, with the shoulder-length blonde hair and brown eyes. Now, she's very calm and very compassionate person who is ready to sacrifice herself for the greater good. The young but very capable Jedi Master becomes instrumental during the Great Disaster, when a ship called Legacy Run, transporting many passengers, splits apart and its pieces emerge from hyperspace, start bombarding the Hatzal system. And its interplanetary government immediately calls out for help, and the Jedi Council dispatches all the available aid, including the Jedi, including Avar Kriss, to mount the rescue operations. And she was the type of leader who refused to abandon people and rallied all the Jedi to achieve the impossible and save all the planets. After the rescue operation, she investigates the cause of the catastrophe with her very close friend and a fellow Jedi Master, Elzar Mann, whom she shares a very intimate relationship with since childhood. They're very close despite the Jedi teachings, and they're even able to understand each other without speaking a word. They have a very interesting dynamic in the novel where Avar Kriss is able to identify the problems very quickly, and Elzar Mann, with his very unorthodox methods, is able to find unusual solutions to the problems. Eventually, she is assigned the role of the Marshal of the Starlight Beacon, and the great responsibility to lead the Jedi. The Starlight Beacon is a station built far out into the Outer Rim worlds to help bring them into prosperous Republic. Now let's get to the really cool stuff and talk about her powers. We know that Avar Kriss is a formidable fencer. She uses a traditional single-bladed lightsaber, but with an extended hilt, which she uses with her signature two-handed stance. We also know that she uses telekinesis in a very nuanced way. For example, she can levitate easily, or she can tie her hair into very complicated knots without any effort. She's also very sensitive to the living force, and she can extend it far outside and sense the life and death cycle around her, and she also perceives the force as music which sings to her. She also has a very rare Jedi ability where she can sense the natural bond between the two force users and encourage and strengthen their bond. Now, this particular power is something that we've seen before. For example, in the Legends, in the original Thrawn trilogy, we have this crazed Jedi Master, Joruus C'baoth, who uses what is called the Jedi Battle Meditation, and he's able to rally Thrawn's forces and attack the New Republic in a very efficient manner and just decimate his enemies. Now here, Avar Kriss uses a very similar power to unite and rally all the Jedi during the Great Disaster, which they're able to focus their abilities and deflect all the pieces of the Legacy Run ship which are bombarding the planet and save millions of people in the process. Now I'd like to talk about my impression of the character. I instantly gravitated towards Avar Kriss for her very mysterious personality and the way that she interacts with the Force. When I was a kid growing up with the original Star Wars saga in the 80s, I always had my own unique vision of what the Jedi are outside of the screen. You know, long before the prequels came out and then the sequels, you kind of build your own fantasy of these frontier Jedi masters who are walking around and they're not really enforcing the law as much as serving as the spiritual authority and just mediating between two conflicting parties and just really serving the peace and serving the people first and foremost. And that's exactly what the character represents for me, the way I always pictured the Jedi as a child. She uses her compassion, wisdom, and problem-solving skills to help out, and not the way we see the Jedi in the prequels where they're overnight they become military commanders. Remember when Luke says, "I'm looking for a great warrior," and Yoda answers, "War does not make one great." These are the Jedi of the High Republic. Granted, there is no great war to fight yet, but they're serving as noble and regal keepers of the peace. Another side of Avar Kriss's character that I really enjoyed was her intimate relationship with Elzar Mann. Now, we don't know how far their relationship stretches in the past when they were adolescents, and probably the Jedi Order was more forgiving, but there's already a hint at the end of the book that they share some romantic feelings towards one another. And I'm really excited to see where the High Republic in general will take the Jedi. This is the time of the great, prosperous Republic. It's not the same that we see the Jedi Council in the prequels or the original saga. Are the romantic relationships accepted in that kind of world? We also see in the present time, in the Clone Wars, between the governors Satine and Obi-Wan Kenobi, also a romantic relationship which ended up nowhere because of the strict rules. How it's going to be handled here? Where will Avar Kriss go? And will her emotions sabotage or help her future career as the Marshal of the Starlight Beacon? That's it for my quick highlight of the character. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more cool trivia, book reviews, or would like me to do a specific review on a book that you recently read and enjoyed, please feel free to leave a comment below and I'll try to address it. As always, thank you so much for your time and supporting my channel. Feel free to subscribe and leave comments below. I appreciate your time, guys. I'll see you next time.